Regular session to order. It's Wednesday, September 20th, the time is 7 p.m. You can join me in the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty, and justice for all.
Okay, I'll go ahead and now it's time for visitor comments. This is a period of an essential part of government meetings. Each person has 3 minutes to speak. The council takes all input into consideration. We're in observance of Oregon open meeting laws. This isn't a time for dialogue, but really for us to listen to you. Our city administrator and reporter will be taking notes of action if needed. Who'd like to speak? You get it just in time,
I
Abby.
did. Yes, I did. Hi.
Please state your name for the record.
Okay. Hi, my name is Abby Olson, and I am the founder and executive director of Riverside Community Outreach. And we serve families impacted by foster care in Columbia, Clatsop, and Tillamook County. We started in Columbia County back in 2017. And I just wanted to let you all know, because there's new council members since the last time I talked about us, and let you know that we have purchased the building that's connected to the food bank, the old rundown looking gas station, and are working to make that our new home. And we'll be able to serve the foster care community as well as everyone impacted by foster care is our lens. So that also includes families of origin, foster families, kinship families, kids in danger of entering foster care, as well as children who are in foster care. We're having a fundraiser on Saturday. And so I brought flyers and complimentary tickets because we would just love to share with you about our work. And yeah, that was it. So I have them here. I don't know if you're give them to you, but
You sure can. Yes.
okay.
This Saturday.
Yes, it's this Saturday at 6 o'clock.
At UCD Hall.
Yeah, we're at BCD Hall because we are not actually in the building yet. But you'll be able to hear about it and take a peek at it. And Ben's doing food from Wild Current Catering. I don't know if you've ever had his food, but it's delicious. And we have entertainment from our local high school. So it's going to be great. It's going to be a good night.
Excellent.
But yeah, I will do
I
these.
know this has been a project of yours, but
Yes.
you can bring them up to me
Okay.
and we'll get them passed out here.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
And I already received
Yes,
mine,
you got it.
so, yes. I'll make sure Counselor Chilton is on via Zoom. Is she here?
Still not.
Okay, she's gonna join us, but I'll make sure she gets hers.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, who else would like to speak? Anyone up?
This time I'll remember, I should introduce myself. Patrick Berkeley, St. Helens resident. I wasn't able to stick around I intended to stick around after my comments last time, but I was exhausted and first day with my students the following day. Fortunately, we have hired a new 3rd grade teacher, so tomorrow I can look forward to passing having a class of 35 down to 18 starting next week, and looking forward to that. But I did take a look at the recording of the public comment following, and I just wanted to respond a little bit to that. First of all, I can't believe that someone would be asking the city to audit finances of a private citizen. The money that I received as a stipend and that you all received as a stipend, once the city puts it in your account, it's ours. Do with it what we want. But then there was the implication for that audit that somehow I would, what accountability is there for using it as I said I would when I ran for council, that I was not going to use it for personal purposes. I haven't blown my horn about that. And that's my business. But I think since I was publicly called out, I currently have close to $20,000 set aside. I have already spent $5,000, including $1,500 that went directly back to the parks for St. Helens, $750 to the community action team, $750 to the food bank, $1,000 to Christ Visible Church for their project to restore their land, and $1,000 to my school for a educational garden. Even though I'm no longer receiving a stipend, because I do feel still some regret that I did stop early, I am going to continue to donate an extra part of my money, my personal money, into that account for the eventual establishment of educational programs for seeding. My class this year for growing acorns. My intent is, with that $20,000 to $30,000 that I will have accumulated, is to establish a foundation or a nonprofit organization to restore native habitat here in our community. I would also encourage the council that and there's Joel, or who's ever presiding at the time, that it seems that too often, even when I was on the council, that it veered off into attacks on private citizens. Okay. By the way, I was going to say first, Mr. Hubbard, congratulations. I do want to end by saying, and again, since obviously I always attacked our events director, I'd like to do this quote from the minutes of the May 4th work session that followed the submission of the audit that was done. And quote, Councilor Berkeley is satisfied with the audit. It provides accountability. The contractor has been performing with financial integrity. Wow. What an attack.
Anybody else like to do this or comment?
Mr. Mayor, 1 second here. I think I understand why Councilor Berkeley can't get in. So
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, welcome. We know you were trying to get in, it was on our end, I apologize. Oh, yes, I see, okay, so we're still in visitor comment period, would anybody else like to speak?
Ray again. So I'm glad that Councilor Berkeley has actually admitted that
The name is Berkeley.
he
Behind it, you know that.
money as he said he was going to, that he's setting an account, we're just supposed to trust him. Again, I would ask that we should audit his funds and support the individual money. But my main comment was for the, and if you want to interrupt people in the future, I'll be happy to do it to you. And then the other thing is about the police station. This has been a cluster from the beginning, continues to be a cluster. And I am in huge objection that any of you could be objective in making that decision. You have a counselor here who actually made the motion to reject the police station. Clearly that would be a conflict. And clearly the mayor had been a supporter, as well as Council President Chilton, of the police station from the beginning. Started out with the police station that was twice as high, which even the mayor began to call a Taj Mahal, and it's now been shrunk. And it is time to give up this dog. The priority for the city needs to be police staff, not a station on a location that is never going to get approved. And concentrate on getting the staffing that we need to have a police force, not a building. The building is not what makes a good police station. It is in fact police. We need to hire immediately about 4 cops to stay at enough police to have 24/7 coverage. Ask the police chief, he will tell you that. In fact, we've cut a position, and I still don't know where the funding for that is because I think it was approved, but apparently they haven't hired somebody. That needs to happen first. And later on, you can revisit the police station. Now is not the time to do that. And certainly, if there is an appeal, it shouldn't be done by the city. It should be handed directly to LUGA. I also want to comment about David Rosengard, who's going to be appointed today. I have the same objection to him as I did to his wife, who was applying for city council, with the exception that, and I have done a public records request for his application to the planning commission. I have not gotten it yet because apparently everybody in public records is gone. But hopefully when I get that back, I'm hoping that he did not provide false information on the application and that he listed his address in Scappoose. But if in fact he listed his address as a St. Helens address, that is false. And while I have no issue with him being in Scappoose and on the planning commission, it is not a requirement to live in the city to be on the planning commission. I do have an objection to him lying about where his residence is. And if in fact he put down his residence as St. Helens, where we all know that he has not lived, that is disqualifying for him to be on the planning commission, and he should not be allowed. For some reason, I believe that we should have honesty among those people that are on our boards and commissions. And lying about your address is sort of a fundamental thing that you shouldn't be lying about.
Any other visitor comments?
Nick Helmick for the record. Well, thank you all for being here, and Mr. Hubbard, congratulations on your appointment. Super excited. I've heard great things about how you were able to get the planning commission kind of cohesive, so to speak. And I also wanted to say thank you to Mr. Scholl for showing up to the overdose awareness event at McCormick Park. I think it was great that you showed up. Just your presence there, I think, made a lot of people more relaxed in understanding that everyone battles addiction, and we shouldn't judge, addiction kind of like the same way we don't judge cancer. And so thank you so much for showing up there. Lastly, I'm not sure if anyone's heard, but there's Nightmare on 4th Street this year. I will be participating in that as the priest, because I got, I guess, the looks for it, and doing fake weddings and real weddings. So if anyone has a real wedding that they want to do and have in Halloween Town, I'm an ordained minister, and I'd be glad to marry any couple that wants to do it. I've done 3 so far. 2 are still married, so I'm still above the national average. So we're doing all right as long as they make a donation to the charity. I think we're still figuring out the charity that we're wanting to do. So yeah, just thank you all for being here, and that's it. Hopefully I was the quickest tonight. So have a great night. Thank you.
Any others?
And on Zoom.
On Zoom? Okay, approved and authorized for signature, 1 extension to agreement with St. Helens Marina LLC related to monitoring city docks and waterways and enforcing local ordinances. 2 amended billboard sign ground at beach with meadow outdoor advertising. 3 contract with Molly McHack. I hope I did that right, and I apologize if I didn't, for janitorial services. 4 contract with Emery and Sons Construction Group for progressive design build services for replacement of 2.0 MG reservoir. And 5, first amendment to TFT Construction Inc. contract for a build of the Columbia Boulevard Public Improvement Construction Project.
Make a motion to approve or authorize for signature line items 1 through 5.
I'll second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve and authorize for signatures 1 through 5. Any discussion? Not hearing any. Council President Chilton,
Aye.
Mr. Sundin.
Aye.
Mr. Gunderson.
Aye.
Councilor Hubbard.
Aye.
And I'm an aye as well. Appointments to city boards and commissions. Appoint Lacey Tolles to the Parks Commission and Trails Commission, Parks and Trails Commission.
Make a motion to appoint Lacey Tolles to the Parks and Trails Commission.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to appoint Lacey to the Parks and Trails. Council President Chilton.
Aye.
Mr. Sundin.
Aye.
Mr. Gunderson.
Aye.
Mr. Hubbard.
Aye.
No, aye as well. Appoint David Rosengard to the Planning Commission.
I make a motion to appoint David Rosengard to the planning commission.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to appoint David Rosengard to the Planning Commission. Council President Chilton.
Aye.
Sunday.
Aye.
Councilor Gunderson.
Aye.
Councilor Hubbard. Aye. And I'm as well. All right, consent agenda for acceptance. 8 library board minutes dated July 10th, 2023. Parks and Trail Commission minutes dated August 14th, 2023. Planning Commission minutes dated August 8th, 2023.
I'll make a motion to accept the line items 8 through 10.
Second that.
A motion's been made and seconded to approve consent agendas 8 through 10. Council President Chilton,
Aye.
Councilor Sunbeam.
Aye.
Councilor Gunderson.
Aye.
Councilor Hubler.
I will abstain because I wasn't
Yeah,
privy to that.
that's a good call. And I'm an aye as well. Consent agenda for approval, council minutes dated August 16th, 2023, and 12 accounts payable bill list.
Consent agenda for approval items 11 and 12.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve consent agendas 11 and 12.
Aye.
Anderson.
Aye.
Okay. And then I'm an aye as well. Okay, work session items from earlier, I brought one to it. It would be a parking permit for Resonate for two handicap parking over in across from the movie theater. And I think we should be able to accommodate that as a city council and just go ahead and authorize their churches from 10 to 11 and then they're out of here. So it sounds definitely reasonable to me. I talked to Daniel after our meeting and I said I agree with the council and it's a council decision. But I'm pretty sure that it sounds like a reasonable request. Yeah.
I was on the planning commission when they came to us for the conditional use permit. So they're, as he said, they're illegally there. It's not so. They came to the planning commission, went through the process, and we gave them that.
Okay. Yep, appreciate that explanation. If somebody would like to make a motion for two,
I'd love to make a motion for
Second,
two parking permits.
okay, then we got a second. Council President Chilton,
Aye.
Councilor Sunbeam.
Aye.
Councilor Gunderson.
Aye.
Councilor Hubbard, and I'm an aye as well.
Sorry, who made the second? Who seconded?
Oh, Russ Hubbard, Councilor Hubbard. You finally got it for a second. Okay, now we're gonna do council member reports, and I'm gonna go with Council President Chilton.
Hi, guys. I have my London here with me. So we're at home right now. So for our report, we're just gonna say hello, and Mom's at home doing her #1 job. Yeah, that's right. And she's talking. I just wanted to take the time to welcome Russ to the council, and we're happy to have another member, and he's already bringing a lot of his insight and knowledge to the council just in today's work session. So I look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Councilor Sunbeam.
I don't have a lot to report on. Again, welcome Russ, and thanks for your willingness to serve and for being here, lending your expertise and your time and talents. So appreciate you.
Thank you. Councilor Gunderson.
I mean, what?
Nothing.
Well, I would give you a report on the planning commission meeting, but I'm not going to at this point.
Perfect.
I'd like to welcome you, Russ. I think you're going to be a great addition, and I hope things go well.
Yeah. Councilor Hubbard.
Well, I seem to have given up one position in the planning commission, but it went to midnight a few times. We spent a lot of hours. I really appreciate everything that we did on the planning commission, and I think but I'd like to bring more of that into council and show the work that we did there and that we pay attention to all their efforts. So, but thanks for welcoming me, and I'll try and give you my 2 cents.
I know you will. Appreciate that. Yeah, and again, welcome. It was nice being there for the swearing in with you and your wife and your son. So I appreciated that. Got a lot, actually got a letter here that was sent to me by a gentleman named Jamil Roberts. Dear Mayor Scholl, I'm writing you to express sincere gratitude for the outstanding services your police department provided during a recent motor vehicle accident on the 15th of September, 2023. We are grateful the alert and fast acting officers from the St. Helens Police Department spotted and detained an intoxicated driver who attempted to recklessly flee the scene of the accident, causing chaos and panic. Officer Colton Edwards, his partner, and backup responding units moved quickly and made an arrest. We are grateful for their rapid response. We were equally impressed with the fast response from the men and women of the Columbia River and Fire Rescue. Michelle and her team provided quality care and showed my wife great empathy. We are so very grateful for the help we have received. Jamil Roberts. And he gave his address, but I just thought that was really, and I got another anonymous email, and I do want to apologize for the interview process of the counselors. That I did laugh at one of the interviews, and I think it was just overtaken with what I was hearing. And I just want to apologize. I don't know who they sent it anonymously, but I want to apologize for my behavior for laughing in the interview about another member. So definitely want to, that's not who I am, and I just want to set a good example. So, yeah, we have a lot going on as a city. We're going through a lot of growing pains right now. There's been some huge accomplishments though with grants to our rec program. With the school district, that we continue to build that relationship. With the waterfronts moving forward, we got an update from our public works today. We've got a lot going on as a city. What I can say to one of the comments, and I think I can speak this in general because it is to date, and we were advised by our council we could, is that definitely I am in support of building a outdated police station that is 50 years old, that is 2,200 square feet, that we had multiple meetings on. All this has been public record, and so I can speak on this. That Mr. Preheim is not off track in saying that I am in favor of building a new police station. They deserve it. They are men and women who, the clear example is they protect and serve our community, like what I just read. And their house is smaller than most of your guys' houses currently is, 2,200 square feet. No, guys and girls. And these are just all facts that was, a lot of work had been done around this. And, a lot, there's endless possibilities, and I would just say that, as a community, we always seem to come together, and, there's always a little bit of a divide. There's always a few disruptors out there, but, like I say, we always come together and find the right solution. So I continue to pray about that and move it forward and take the high road and not get caught up into the mudslinging, but because it does happen. Politics is a necessary but brutal business, and it has gotten a lot different since I've gotten here, and it continues to happen. So if you're out there and you do pray for this council that it does come up with the right decision. We have the church here today. I believe in God and country, and that's just my fundamental right. So, we have a lot going on. Our community deserves better. Okay, that's what I know. We deserve this. So I'm going to always fight for the underdog. I'm always going to fight for what I believe is right. And that's just who I am and who you elected as mayor. Yeah. So that's what I have. With that, we are adjourned.